let's say if you knew that the person you're talking about is listening in. Like, in your family, you have people, this person's talking about that person. And then when that person walks in the door, hey! And then it's not authentic. So over my past 3 years of being on YouTube, I've talked about everybody, that I've judged everybody, and I'd say pretty much I've judged everybody in a wrongful way, because I attached feelings to the person and what they're saying, and so I'll say things. Then I started to catch on. Oh, I see. So the things that people say, like, they're going to stand in shame for it. But when you think of the Bible being fulfilled as it's just an entire spiritual thing, nothing is literal to it, like in the world. Because I went from one point not believing it all, then believing it literally, then believing it only spiritually. So I'm like, that's not literally going to happen. It's not going to be a literal Antichrist anywhere, because Christ, here's the thing. Christ said, even though there was only one Christ that the Bible's talking about in that setting, but Christ came and said, for you know perfectly well that, the Antichrist is to come, but yet there's already many in the world. And so then you think, well, okay, well, so then there's many Antichrists then. Well, wait a minute. If there's many Antichrists, well, then there's going to be many Christ. But why is it that Christ was just the Christ? Why is it that he was just the Christ? But then if he said he was the Christ, then they wanted to stone him to death. But stone him for the works that he did? Like, I didn't believe that there's, at one point when Harold Camping was talking about 2011, what I understood is this: Christ is returning, not as a single individual man, but as the Spirit itself. There's no way I'm going to believe that one person is Jesus Christ. I can't believe it, because I'm not from the inside. I don't have those types of eyes to see the entire planet. Like, I'm not up there in the other plane existence. But Derek said he doesn't live on your flat earth. He doesn't live on a round earth as well. He lives up there. Don't you, Derek? So it's these little things like that. Like, nobody told me. Think about this. Nobody told me anything. I don't know that there's another. I don't know that we're in the midst of paradise and that we're in a pit, and it's like when you guys look down at us, when you're up there, and it's tiny ants. I don't know that. I don't know that Derek and Click actually run the planet. Who could have possibly told me that? Well, it's a delusion that I have of my own. Some will say, and look, it's perfectly okay. I mean, it just is. Everybody's doubts and fears and worries and judgment, and how do you know? If you don't know any better, then you're not going to know. There's so many damn things that I did not know any better. Then I started to learn. There's still some things that I don't know any better, but I'm still learning. So how are you supposed to know that what's going on in the secret places, in the hidden areas? One way of doing that is, it's like taking a test. Like, if you're getting ready to take a test, but you don't know the subject matter, you're probably going to fail when you take the test, because now you're just being asked questions that you don't know. But when you study, and this is what I did, I just studied. I studied the world script, knowing it's a script. Number one, I know it's a script, and these people are not dying. The way that they're saying, people die every day of whatever it is that has been going on before these stories even were created. But now, it's like 128,000 people have died of the coronavirus. It's green phase, but it's getting ready to be shut down phase again. Rich from Boston's extremely angry. He needs to calm down. But then again, everybody's an actor. You have these two brothers. One's illegitimate. The other one is the actual bloodline. One of them's in the desert. The other one's in Texas. San Antonio. Kleck is in San Antonio, and Derek Burrows is in the desert in Arizona. The Bible says, if they say, lo, he's over here, or lo, he's over there in the desert, believe it not. But see, I'm just an observer. I'm just from the outside, watching what I'm seeing. So to you, Derek, and to you, Kleck, I'm sure you can appreciate that even though your army, mainly on one side, I feel like there's more hatred. There's more hatred. The other side is just more disbelief. One side is disbelieving, the other side is very hateful. But they know that they work for you, and I guess it bothers them that I'm able to tell them that about you two guys, that there's two armies. There's two armies, and there's 3 wars. Or is there 2 wars? And there's 2 wars going on. But now there's 3 armies. Because there was only this side and that side. There's 5 people that choose, that vote. 5 over here, 5 there, 1 leader and 1 leader. It's 12 people. It's even. You need a 13th vote. These things are, like, you guys have way too much information to not be in charge of the entire planet. Way too much. Way too, you just know. You almost know like I know, but I know from my heart without being told by anybody, directly, indirectly, subliminally, speaking in tongues, understanding a Arabic type of a language. Yeah, then I can get a better grasp as to what you guys are talking about, what's coming next. But the scripture does say many false prophets will rise up, many false Christs will say he's over there, he's over. In other words, one interpretation is, well, it's all these rapture dates, setting of rapture dates, and another interpretation is, well, it's when Derek puts on the golden mask and tells you where to go. So everybody's going to go to the desert when they were told not to go. Keep that in mind. Of course there's a trust issue. Like, I don't, let me just stop. I don't trust anybody. Anybody. Especially on YouTube. I don't trust anybody. However, I don't treat you like I don't trust you. Over the entire time, well, the first like 6-7 years with my wife, being with her and her damaged relationship from before, and having a lot of insecurities and a lot of, I mean, she would let me know how much I am not trusted. And I would say over and over again, towards the end of when it finally dissipated, towards that type of insecurity, I would say, honey, look, I know you don't trust me. I get it. I really do. I mean, how can you? Not like how can you trust me, but how can you trust another human being when the person you're with for 7 years was the epitome of someone you absolutely could not trust, who tried to kill you and basically almost did with a bat, raising his hand up to get ready to smash your head in. And then all of a sudden, some type of pain happened in the guy's elbow where he had to drop the bat, and then my wife, I didn't know her at the time, but had to tame the beast. Love the beast. Love the guy was getting ready to kill her, and she turned around and loved him. Also, because, you know, she feels bad when people have pain, but at the same time, you got to tame the damn beast. So I don't trust any of you. Let me just clear that up. Jonathan Kleck and Derek Rose, I don't trust any of you. However, because I still know that there's a trick coming around the corner here. I just know it. And it's like this. Yeah, I'm involved. I am. I'm nobody. I am nobody. I'm not anybody from the inside. You guys don't know me. Remember, I hopped on this platform by myself, and I'm figuring things out, and I have people that are come on board somewhat, kind of like, oh, I don't know what's really kind of weird what's going on here, but look, just go with it. Just let when things happen, discern it. Is this true? Is this a lie? Is this happening? Is it what's wait a minute. Some people believe Bible prophecies being fulfilled. Others don't believe it at all. Some people have so much anger and hatred because they are picking a side. Now, I understand this part. When Derek says don't pick a side, I get that part when it comes to prejudice, racism, just whatever and anything. Everything they're showing you on TV, it does. It comes into your heart and just tends to stir bothersomeness feeling up, if that's a word, inside your heart. But just know that's just the enemy. I don't even feel like calling the enemy Satan or Lucifer anymore. I'm tired of picking a name for the enemy. The enemy is just you inside of your own vessel, warring with yourself. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you work for. I don't care who you pretend that you don't work for. I don't care if you read a script. I don't care if you can remember off the top of your head. Any anger that comes in your heart is from you, because there's a door that can get knocked on or knocked off the hinges when a situation happens, an event or something, and then you look at it, you judge it, you attach your feelings towards it, and you get pissed. Now you are fighting with yourself. In the end, that's the ultimate reasoning for people with anger issues. Now, do you trust me? This is a question for Derek, and this is a question for Click. Do you trust me? Like, with whatever I say, am I actually going to do it? Or am I pretending? It's easier when you can see from the outside. I mean, you can see from the inside looking on the outside. It's easier to see from the ends of the earth. Anybody you want to see at any given time to see if what they say on camera is the same as how they act off camera. Who knows that? Who can see that? I'm sure a lot of people now. But this is... There's trickery going on, and you can't both have the same exact views. Now, I did say this before. At one point, Derek had Click to bounce things, to see something happen, and then it's like communicate like on good terms. Did I cause some kind of division between you two? Did I create a division? Or, and then for the others that are looking at it, delusional, Robin. See, I have you guys in mind all the time. You have to understand it. There's a bunch of demons that have taken control of host bodies, and they've projected instantaneous thoughts into their heads, and then they transferred those little demons over to my channel. And they've gotten me. I've fell victim to it. I've been pissed off about it. I mean, it worked for a time being. It doesn't work anymore. However, I do have you little guys in the back of my mind where there are like hooked stuff too, because it's all a joke. But it's not really a joke at all. Because in the end, it turns back on the people that I was talking about, that I'm going to see face to face. When I see you face to face, because there's going to be people, and I'm just not going to pretend that this ain't going to happen, but there is going to be a point where I'm going to be left hanging. I'm going to be left hanging. But now that I know Richie's coming up, look, Rich, I did these videos from before. I even AMTV, man, I'm going to see all you guys. Because I said this before in a video, I'm like, I think I said, if we don't get Rapture out of here, but I think I was believing Rapture or something. Or if this doesn't happen the way I said, AMTV's he's gonna take, the bag of Bitcoin and beat me overhead, and Richie's gonna knock my tooth out. Look, now that I know that yous are all watching, it's just you can't admit it, but you're admitting it by just your actions and the words that are like written on your forehead. I don't care how much people try to. The more you talk, I don't care how slick and sly you are or aren't. Your words are going to be understood. Your heart is going to be known. So would you talk about people? No, of course you wouldn't. Of course you would not. This is why Richie gets so bothered, because when he's sitting there watching people through their TV, into their living room, invading their own privacy, it bothers you because you're able to see like the lazy and flicking the remote and all that stuff. Again, hypothetically, of course, if that even is possible, that the government could possibly be looking at me through my, the camera that's recording me right now, even if I'm not pushing the record button. No, it's not possible at all. That's exactly what is true. That you're able to see people through their TVs and their phones and listening devices. Me personally, I just can't wait to see all the truth that I had already known was true, and then just see it like firsthand. I'm very consciously aware that I'm getting ready to see some people that are not my, they are not my friends. I'm getting ready to see some people that are my friends. And so I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that I'm going to see before I see you in Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia. The meeting place is in Philly. The Church of Philadelphia having a little strength. Second 9/11, the city being destroyed, the walls of Jericho, a 7-story building, William Penn. I mean, it's happening in Philly. So if it's happening in Philly, then there's people that are going to come to Philly. I thought before this was already going to happen, like somebody's going to appear and like change things, and then once that person does that, then we'll be good. Well, what if that somebody is you? That's impossible. There's 7 billion people. It can't be just one person. Okay? This is the truth that we're going to find out. So when I talk on my video recording, I'm talking the same way that I would talk to your face, because I know that I'm going to see people. It's not like it's different when you're face to face, because you are looking at somebody's eyes and you're talking, pausing, listening, talking, pausing, listening. It's back and forth. So it's not exactly the same. What I'm saying is my attitude about it, my mentality is, I'm going to be talking. Am I not going to meet you, Derek Bros, face to face? Am I not going to meet you, Jonathan Kleck, face to face? But don't I meet somebody later, after I meet somebody first? I get deceived first, or supposed to be. I'm not supposed to know where I'm going, that kind of thing, because I have gotten your attention. The entire planet, all the way around. I haven't shut up in 3 years. How the hell can't I get your attention? If anybody out there started to talk 3 years ago, or even if you start now, well, no, it's different, but if you started 3 years ago, however, and you talk every day, and you're exposing what the world is doing, and you're showing your circumstantial, overwhelming evidence that's beyond a shadow of any doubt that it's true, I think you deserve to meet somebody face to face. Now, they might not like you, and our army that they have, they might not like you either, but you're still going to meet people, because when you get somebody's attention and they're the ones running the planet and they're the ones showing these events and you're picking it apart, how can't you possibly, in the end, see these people? Why am I still up? If they really wanted something horrific to happen to me, they would have already done it. But there's also a people are still keeping secrets. So if you keep secrets, well, you're just not telling people exactly how you feel, which is your right, because you don't have to volunteer information, but at a certain point, you just flat out tell the truth. Kleck's going to go skydiving. We already know that that's true. This is a soap opera. It's like I am halfway an actor. Because when I started, it was just purely, I'm just rambling on things. I'm talking crap about people. But if I was if I was face to face with that person, I probably wouldn't talk that way. And then I learned, like, yeah, you know what? Stop being a hypocrite, Rod. You wouldn't be like that if you chicken shit. And I gotta tell myself these things so I can stop being that way. Because I used to judge a lot of people. I just did, and I'm trying to keep away from that. You know, the judgmental state of mind. But when you meet people face to face that you've been talking about all this time, and you finally see them, it's going to be quite interesting. It just is. So to all the people, because there's a gathering coming. Is there not a gathering coming? This One Life to Live as the world turns soap opera. I'm in it. It's live. It's like the Truman Show. And it's really happening. And I've been being paid attention to by everybody from the inside, because you guys are hired. And when I talk to different groups of people, I can't talk directly to my subs about this part, because I'm talking directly to those who are hired by Derek and Jonathan Click to surveil me and harass me and gang stalk me and make my life miserable. You tried. You failed. You're going to get your final, spitting in the face type of ordeal, because there's a gathering coming. Now, you can pick somebody else. Fine, you pick somebody else. Whatever. However this thing happens, it happens. But I am not going to shut my mouth and act like this isn't in my head and this isn't truly happening in my hometown, where it was already planned to happen anyway. I just happen to be here. The event takes place, the destruction happens, but the first thing is, shut Robin's freaking mouth up. He makes me sick. I'm so tired of it. And let's go exchange gifts to one another. I know I'm still here. I said that on my birthday, but I'm aiming towards the 4th of July. Because it just makes more sense. And the 11th, 7 days later, 3.5 days in between, it's like partying, and then after it's all done, like, yeah, all right, Robin's not here anymore. And then on 7, they kaboom! In Philadelphia. Or that might happen, you see. No, let's just stick with that. I don't want to change my mind. It's not that I'm changing my mind. There's an event that takes place that is such an earthquake that shakes people and wakes them up. The ones that have been surveilling me. Because I told you this was coming. And I am just one person from the outside. I don't get information from any of you. I don't have stuff like Richie said. What's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. I got some information dropped on my lap. I literally did it. They dropped it on my lap, and I got to read it and record whatever. I didn't even know what it is. So like Richie, for instance. I've given you a hard time. I have, but you guys gotta understand this. I gave you a hard time because are you or are you not working for either Derek Bros or Jonathan Clegg or Stephen James Sean? Or is there someone else I'm missing? Another head leading gang stalker in America? Do you or do you not work for them? The answer is yes. Okay, so therefore, I was right the entire time. You guys pretended that you didn't work for somebody when you did. That's what pissed me off. That's what fired me up. That's why I couldn't stop. So because you guys lying to me, now I got to prove my circumstantial evidence that it's true. You are reading a script, or you are not driving when you're acting like you are. Or you are in a green screen. Just admit it. But you can't admit it because it's not part of the protocol. That's why I need so badly for the next platform to just be truthful. Just be truthful. That's the only thing that's irritating me, and I got to learn how to deal with that, is lies. Just lies. It is nothing else other than lies. So try to understand, when you guys are going to be throwing stones at me, that did you or did you not lie? Yes, you lied. Now you don't even care because some people love to lie, but that's why. Do you, even though you're the biggest liar on planet Earth, if you are, whoever, do you appreciate people lying to you? Nah, no. No, especially when you know they're lying, but they're pretending they're not. So that's the only beef that I've always had with that side of your job. And then when you come clean, here, listen, everybody that works for Jonathan Click and or Derek Bros, remember this. In the end, which is coming up real soon, might not seem that way, but it is. When I'm there and you're there and I'm telling you when I'm going to be there and you're going to be there too, I'm also telling you this. Your boss already has a change of heart. Already has a change of heart. So if you want to tell the truth, just know that it's going to set you free, but also know that there's going to be a tribulation period if you tell the truth too. Now, you might fear that you're going to get beheaded. You might have even seen people get beheaded. I don't know. I'm just telling you that that's not happening this time around. Because this time around, it's the end of it. This has been going on for a long time. These guys have been surveilling the entire planet. And they came across my channel because I got their attention. And then I found them. I found both of them. I even found Steve over there. I mean, yeah, he pokes his head up once in a while and makes videos. But I found him. I found you guys. And yous are the ones that are in charge of the planet. So, this is where you ask yourself, and I'm still talking to the Army, military people and CIA and everybody. Did you know who they were before you went to work for them? Did you know who was running the planet at any time in your life, except for until the point where you got a paycheck from them? Well, I had to study the world script to find that out on my own. I forgive everybody for lying to me.